It was about 9 p.m. downtown Kitchener at the Charles Terminal, and a few people boarded before me, and the drivers kind of like gave me that look, like sometimes you know it when a bus is full. This bus was not full, but in Toronto at least, drivers kind of give you that look like, oh, it's a double stroller. This guy looked like he was ready to just tell me. And when the doors opened, he's like, ma'am, you can't come on here with that. I'm going to have to ask you to take the children out. Well, the rules seem to be pretty vague, and I'm not sure even all the drivers understand the rules fully. Usually they recite it to me like it's a script that they've been forced to memorize without even quite thinking about it, and sometimes, I mean, I've had maybe this discussion with at least 5 drivers over the past 6 months. As they're telling me about it, it kind of dawns on them, and you can see they're like, this doesn't really look like it makes sense. So the policy outlines that the child must be taken out of the stroller, that the stroller must be safely folded away and stored in the luggage bay, which from my understanding is underneath the bus, which you access from the outside panel, not while you're inside the bus. There is another luggage rack, but the bay where you can put mobility devices is where he put my stroller, so he didn't even put it in storage, like him and his supervisor on the CB radio both suggested that the policy said. So the children must be taken out and placed on the guardian or parent's lap is what the policy dictates on their website, and what I was told by drivers and from the supervisor. And I said, that is absolutely not safe, sir. I will not take the children out and put them on the lap. Wherein he told me, then you will not ride my bus, and you're not gonna, well, he shut the doors in my face. That was the beginning and the end of one video, and then I started another one.
In our own child, we are talking about this.
No, the last guy told me to put him in my lap. It's not happening.
Her own child safety, that the child has to be off the stroller. The stroller can be stored away. The child has to be on the mother or the guardian's lap.
No, they are too small to be put on a lap, sir. They are.
He can't hear you.
Then you let me talk to him.
Because we service and we travel.
Yeah, you're reading the script off the paper.
It is according to
That's
the
exactly my point. I paid my fare, and I had high hopes that it would go well, and I got there very well and very safely, by my standards anyway. We traveled there, no problems. And it's not even that I don't trust the drivers. They're very good and very skilled drivers, but the weather conditions in January were abominable. It was January 31st where we had about 350 plus accidents in the GTA that night alone. So I was very upset when this happened in January. It was better weather now, so I thought, let's give it a shot. But it was actually very foggy that night coming back, and there was an accident on the 401, so I was very concerned that they were not traveling to my standards of safety at that point, especially when Metrolink says your safety is our primary concern. The driver told me that I needed to take the children out of the stroller and place them on my lap if I wanted to ride his bus. And when I continued to object to this and offered an alternative solution where they would stay in the stroller, and I offered to show him, but he was like not interested. I tried to explain to him how I got to Kitchener using their assisted restraint mechanism that's in the bottom of the bus, and how I thought it was that much safer. And so this policy has been in effect for them for well over 3 years. Okay. And I haven't seen any revisions yet. When I talked to customer service back in January, they promised me that they would revise this loophole. I suggested the straps. I mean, they're easily purchasable, accessible. I'm not sure. If you're a large company, you could probably get them for a very good price wholesale. They should be available to everybody on the bus. If in the situation that they do appear on the bus with a small child, they should be prepared for that. It doesn't matter how much you love that child or how strong you are, you will not be able to continue to hold on. So a parent's arms is not nearly anywhere as safe as a seatbelt, and of course there are no seatbelts on a bus, so like I brought my own in the form of my car seats. And I think that it was callous and unthoughtful at the very least to even suggest that I would put such small children in my lap.